Hey everybody, I am your pal David, and today I'm going to be telling you my list of my most anticipated movies of 2017. These are the movies that I am looking forward to most coming next year, all throughout next year, and I thought it would be a nice time to share it since we're almost at the end of 2016. I can't believe another year has gone by. These years seem to be going faster and faster the older I get. And let's go through this list. What are my top 10 favorites? Now remember, this is not just superhero list. I did a superhero list, but it wasn't in the order of my most anticipated. It was just talking about the superhero movies that are coming out. This one contains some of those movies. I wish I could have included some of them. So here are some honorable mentions of some films that I didn't make the list. One is Kong Skull Island, Logan, Cars 3, The Mummy with Tom Cruise, The Dark Tower, and the Lego Batman movie. Those are just some of the movies that I left off this list because the list was already crowded enough. There were so many movies I wanted to include in my top 10, but I really had to think about if there are some movies I had to leave out, what were the ones that I would really, really want to see. Again, this was a hard list, so don't be hard on me if because your favorite movie that you are anticipating is not on this list. This is my list, and just because it's not on here doesn't mean I'm not anticipating it. I just couldn't find a way to fit it in because I really want to see these 10 more than anything else. Number 10 on my list, I have Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tells No Tales. This is the 5th Pirates of the Caribbean movie. It's been a while since we got the last Pirates movie, which I think came out in 2011, which was On Stranger Tides. And even though On Stranger Tides wasn't my favorite Pirates of the Caribbean film, there were some things to enjoy about it. I think Johnny Depp is great as this role, as Captain Jack Sparrow. And knowing that Orlando Bloom is coming back for this one, and maybe rumors that Keira Knightley might have a cameo, or maybe a few scenes, who knows. I'm really thinking that this is going to go back to what the original Pirates of the Caribbean was. Brenton Thwaites, who we've seen for a while now. He's been in a couple of movies that I've noticed. The Giver, and he was in Maleficent as the prince. I think he is an underrated actor who just hasn't been picking the right roles, and I'm hoping this is the right movie for him that will launch him into stardom, because I really do think he has talent there, and especially in a movie with Johnny Depp and Orlando Bloom, that should really help him. Jeffrey Rush is coming back as Barbossa. It's going to be great to see some of these familiar characters. Who else is returning? We don't know yet. Javier Bardem is playing the main villain in this movie. The trailer looks like it has a really good tone to it, that very eerie, creepy tone, which is what the Pirates of the Caribbean movies usually have, and I really enjoy that, and I can't wait to go back to this world. Number 9 on my list, I have Power Rangers. I really wanted to put this one higher on my list, but I had to tell myself the truth. I said, David, would you really watch Power Rangers over a lot of these other movies? And I had to say, yeah, I wouldn't. But Power Rangers is still on my top 10, which I'm really happy about. I have been a long-time Power Ranger fan for a long time, since I was a kid, since I was 10 years old and that original Power Ranger series started. So part of it is nostalgia, part of it is respect, because I've been a fan for so long. You know, it took 17 years of my life. I haven't been watching the newer seasons since Saban brought them back as much as I used to. You know, I've seen episodes here and there, but I still have a fondness for the franchise. And this is going back to the original series, the series that I started growing up watching. So I am really looking forward to all the Easter eggs and stuff that this movie probably has, echoing to the franchise's history, which it sounds like it does. I'm just hoping it doesn't turn out to be a mess of a movie, which John Campea from Collider Movie Talk has said he's been hearing. I hope that is false, and I hope this movie actually is a good movie. If not a great movie, a good movie. Just give me a good, entertaining movie. Number 8 on my list, I have Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man is now in the MCU, and I'm really excited about it, on how this movie is going to play out. I love Spider-Man 2. I think Spider-Man 2 is still the best Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire and Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus. Michael Keaton is playing the Vulture. Robert Downey Jr. is reprising his role as Tony Stark. This is going to be a totally different Spider-Man movie, and that's what this franchise needs, because a lot of people have been feeling a little bit of Spider-Man fatigue. Even if you liked all the movies that came before, Spider-Man fatigue is something that some people have been feeling after The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And the last 2 movies, haven't been doing as well as they should have been. They've been slowly declining, which is why this reboot is needed to freshen Spider-Man up. Number 7 on my list, I have War of the Planet of the Apes. This movie wouldn't have made my top 10 if... It would have made like my honorable mentions, but it wouldn't have made my top 10 if that last trailer didn't come out. That last trailer was amazing. It was chilling. I cannot wait for this movie. I did struggle whether I should put it up, but like I said again, this was a really difficult list to make. Andy Serkis owns this role as Caesar, and Woody Harrelson as the villain is going to be like magnificent to watch. He is a great actor who can pull out all the stops, and that scene where Woody Harrelson is pointing the gun at Caesar is just a chilling moment. I want to see how that scene plays out. I hope Caesar doesn't die. Let's go. 6 on my list, I have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Probably one of my favorite trailers this year was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I never laughed as hard as I did for a long time during a trailer. I don't think a comedy trailer, a movie for a comedy, has gotten me to laugh that much as I did with Guardians of the Galaxy. It's going to be great to come back with these characters on the big screen again. We still haven't seen Kurt Russell. I'm very curious to see what his character is going to look like, since he's supposed to be like a living planet, right? And but the Guardians look like they have their chemistry back. They're bantering back and forth. Baby Groot looks like he's gonna steal the show. Drax looks like he might as well. This might be Drax, Rocket, and Baby Groot's movie. So can't wait to see this, and can't wait to see what else they're holding back from us. Number 5, I have Beauty and the Beast. This one could have been a little bit more higher, but I decided to keep it here, even though we haven't seen much of my next movie that's on my list. But Beauty and the Beast, man, if you had told me before the Jungle Book came out last year, if you had told me Beauty and the Beast was going to be one of my top 10 most anticipated movies, I think you're drunk. But the more news came out for this movie, that the casting for this movie, the fact that they got the original composer Alan Menken back to compose the film and to bring back some of the music that we all enjoyed from the original film. You watch that trailer, the most recent trailer, you watch it, and it has that feel of what the animated movie was. I love that trailer all the way through. I cannot wait to see this movie. I cannot wait to hear the soundtrack. I can't wait to see how they're going to bring this animated classic to life on the big screen, because so far from what I've seen, I am really pleased with what I'm getting. Number 4 on my list, I have Thor Ragnarok. This is the 3rd Thor film in the Thor franchise in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I believe it's going to be like their 16th maybe, or 16th or 17th film in this year coming up, because they have 3, right, coming out. And with Guardians of the Galaxy and Spider-Man, and then Thor being the 3rd one. This is going to be great because the Hulk is in it. Cate Blanchett is playing the villain. And we also got maybe a possible appearance by Doctor Strange. I don't know if you watch Doctor Strange, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yes, this I can't wait for this movie. It was my most anticipated Marvel movie for a long time. Probably even at one point, it was more anticipated than Captain America: Civil War. Until I saw the trailers for the Civil War, then it became number 2. But still, now it's again my most anticipated Marvel film right now. Probably even more so than Avengers: Infinity War right now, which is probably next on my list for most anticipated Marvel films. But yeah, Thor Ragnarok. I can't wait for this. Everything that I've been hearing about this movie sounds amazing, from the cast to the tone that they're going for, to the adventure that they're going for. I mean, little things like Planet Hulk might be playing in this movie, so I'm really looking forward to it. Number 3 on my list, I have Justice League. A lot of people are going to probably be a little bit surprised about this one. I loved Man of Steel. I loved Batman v Superman. I enjoyed Suicide Squad. But Justice League, I'm really looking forward to this movie as well. But I am a little nervous about it because of the tone change, because of how Warner Brothers and DC are reacting to the criticism of Batman v Superman. I don't think the tone was the problem with the movie. If you thought Batman v Superman was bad because of the tone, you don't know how to judge a movie properly. If you read what critics have been saying why the movie was bad, it had more to do than just the tone. And I understand that more than I understand the tone was too dark, because Daredevil was the Netflix series was also very dark and gritty, and people love that. So the tone has nothing to do with it. It's the way the movie was handled. Was Batman v Superman a perfect movie? No, but I don't think that's the reason why they should change the tone of Justice League. Just give us a good movie. But I think adding humor will make it a little bit more fun for most people. So whatever helps gets people more excited about it, then go for it. This is definitely DC's answer to the Avengers. They need this to be really good, but they need one more movie to really get us hyped about it before it comes out. And if that movie knocks it out of the park, maybe Justice League really has a chance, and maybe it can even go higher on our list. But right now, the trailer that came out from Comic-Con didn't get me as excited as I wanted it to get me. I am still very excited about this, just not as excited as I am for one of DC's other movies, which is coming up very soon. Number 2 on my list, I have Star Wars Episode 8. No subtitle yet required. Luke is back, and we got Rey hopefully finding out finally about her heritage, on who her parents are, what's up with Luke's lightsaber from Empire Strikes Back. Will there be an answer to that? Why that now belongs to her? Why is she giving it back to Luke? I don't know. There's so many questions that need answering. This will also sadly be the last appearance of Carrie Fisher. They did confirm, Lucasfilm did confirm that Carrie Fisher will be in this movie. She did finish all of her scenes in this film. So we are definitely going to pay respect to her as well while watching this movie and remembering her in this film. Like I said, there's so many questions that still need to be answered that I am really looking forward to seeing how what they give us. So that's going to be interesting. Finally, number 1 on my list, if you haven't guessed it already, because I probably spoiled it for you, Wonder Woman is the number 1 film that I'm looking forward to in 2017. This trailer looks fantastic. A lot of the trailers this year so far have looked really fantastic, but I really loved Wonder Woman's trailer. It has that tone that we really want from these DC movies that Suicide Squad, I don't want to say had, but there's definitely a more fun aspect to this film. The action looks really cool. This movie is very important for superhero films in where they could go next, because this is going to be the first big female superhero that has to do good. You know, they have to wipe the slate clean from, you know, what has come before: Catwoman, Elektra, and Supergirl, movies that were done horribly. They got a female director in charge of this one, so there's a lot of pressure probably on her to make the best female superhero movie possible. Because if it doesn't, then Marvel's going to have to come in and save the day once more with Captain Marvel. Which I'm hoping DC can finally get at least one win in here. And that's the film where I kind of mentioned that if this film does really well, it will get us even more excited for Justice League. So it's all up to Wonder Woman. No pressure. Give us the best movie you can. So with that being said, guys, I am ending this video here. That was my list of my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2017. I know some people are probably going to disagree with me, and that's fine. That's what makes movies fun, is that we can argue and talk about it and have a good time with it. Sometimes we'll have agreements, sometimes we won't. So share your list of your top 10 most anticipated movies in 2017. What are movies that I left out that you guys have on your list? So let me know. Like this video if you thought my list was cool, or if you just thought this video was fine. And subscribe to my channel if you are a huge movie fan, especially if you are a fan of superhero movies. As you can see, there's quite a couple of superhero movies on my list that I am really looking forward to next year. And until next time, guys, take care.